Oh my God, this is so good. Here we are, ATB at the buzzer. It is Adam, Timmy, and Billy, and the fourth chair is full. Uncle Duke's, all the things about the Celtics that you didn't know and you probably don't care about because they're about to be over.
That's very true.
It's so not good. I texted Rubber Shoes and Adam last night, Scotty, and I said they are awful. And Rubber Shoes marches back in like their attorney, and he's like, "You'll notice there's no Kemba." Nobody had their Lucky Charms this morning. Like he's telling me all the reasons that they should be sucking. And I'm like, who's calling?
Who are these
people?
We've talked about this. Might be somebody that wants to book us.
We've talked about this though. This is the irony of my office because I'm still in my office in Portsmouth. And I talked to Kaylee, who runs our books, and I said, what do you like? Because I'll be on like national calls and stuff with clients. And I'm like, what do you do when when you're on a Zoom call and you're presenting and the phone rings? She goes, we haven't figured that out. Just unplug it. That's how high tech we are. Just unplug it.
And you clearly forgot to do that before the podcast started.
So you don't have a do not disturb on it?
It probably is. Speaking of disturbing, back to the Celtics.
Oh,
what in the mother of truck is going on with them?
Like, can we first get Scotty Dukes to stand up so we can see what is?
Yeah, it's not the banner.
Shirt.
It's the bird. Turn around. Turn around. If anybody remembers my kids, my boys,
the
now
good old days.
Aiden is 16. Cameron will be 15 on Saturday, and all they remember is double dribble on Nintendo.
Yes.
Oh my God,
who doesn't?
And all we would do is chuck it over to the 3-point line, and you and I'd be like, bird. And all the kids are like, that's Steph Curry, stupid. I'm like, I know. It was Bird. It was Bird.
At one point, it was Bird.
Yeah, double dribble, the guys like they shot like that. They shot with like both hands.
Was that the one where the fire, like if you were on fire, it would say you're on fire?
NBA Jam.
No, that was NBA
Jam. Okay.
That's a legit.
That was a good game.
We might have to have a whole video game episode coming up at some point.
Fun.
Yeah,
we should start a Twitch channel.
No, we shouldn't.
Yes, we should.
Oh God.
Speaking of things that shouldn't start, the Celtics in the playoffs. Keep going. I'm trying to move this along.
Right. So I'll start. I mean,
go ahead, Scotty Dukes. Let us have it.
I'll say this. The first thing I'll say is I think they got the wrong team to play in the first round, to be honest with you. I mean, Washington's playing out of control.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
They're playing really, really good basketball. Westbrook's, he did the whole beat Oscar Robinson thing.
Yep.
And the most triple doubles in NBA history, which good for him. Look, the guy deserves it. I'm always one of Westbrook is going to end up being a Hall of Famer, in the end, but, and he's playing his best basketball of the season currently right now.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is with the NBA playoffs too, it's not directly correlated, and Rubber Shoes will understand this too, to like a hot goalie, right? When you get in the hockey playoffs, when the guy, you just can't get anybody, can't get past him. But when you got a guy like Beal, who could drop 50. I mean, he averaged over 40 a game against the Celtics in the 3 games that they played against each other this season. So the fact that they got the Washington draw sucks. I mean, that sucks. I really,
they're one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of the, honestly, and the saving grace is the fact that they're the 7th seed. That they've fallen ass backwards into the 7th seed. So if they lose, they can still get in as the 8th seed if they beat one of the other 2 garbage twins there, Indiana or Charlotte. And I think Charlotte's a much better basketball team. I think they're going to beat Indiana as well.
Yeah, we've seen to have trouble with them this year.
Yeah,
have we had trouble with everybody?
So I'm looking at the lottery.
We don't have one good win. We don't have one good win.
Who's the number 1 pick in the draft? Who are we going to pick number 1?
Trevor Lawrence.
When we win the lottery ball. When
the number 1 pick of the draft is going to be Cade Cunningham, but we're not anywhere close to that. So
Jackie Moon. I want Jackie Moon. There's a shirt you need to get.
We lose 2 games, we get a chance.
Really?
Yeah.
We get what? We get in the lottery?
If we don't make the
playoffs, like a 0.4% chance to get the ball to drop.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
Well, I mean, given our history in the lottery, I mean, 4% is 4%. It's good. For the Celtics, it's good. I mean, they could be like 65% and still not get the number 1 pick. So.
Right.
But the NBA owes us from the Duncan, thing.
Of course.
Who just got inducted in the Hall of Fame, should have been inducted to the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that. I'm sure they'll get repay us for that.
But, with Boston, I think with the Celtics, depends on, they never had a lineup that was stable enough, right? They had the
Right.
most COVID minutes missed. I think you guys have talked about this in last week, so I won't do it last couple of weeks, but they missed a ton of time with a lot of their players, with Kemba and, obviously Brown being out for the rest of the year. But Washington is just a tough draw. And I don't know I honestly don't know if they're going to win. Here's the thing too, that the part that's kind of a missing piece, they're playing in Boston, but it's not going to be full capacity yet. Right.
Right.
And that's a huge difference, because playing in Boston, that is a tough atmosphere to play in. They're not going to have to, Washington doesn't have to worry about that this time around. So I don't know if they win this game. I think they make the Big Kid tournament, but I think they make it as the 8 seed, not the 7.
And who would we draw as the 8 seed? Philly?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Which,
So
that'll
get
be
smashed by them.
Yeah. I don't see that going well. Maybe. I can see it. I'd love to see it go 6. I'd love to see if they could give up a little bit of a fight and get them into go 6, but I don't know if that's I don't think that's a thing either. But the NBA itself is a mess. Look at the West. You got Utah Jazz, the number 1 seed. Donovan Mitchell hasn't played since Nam, right?
Yeah.
He's been hurt for so long. Who knows what he's going to look like when he comes back?
Yeah.
You got the perennial, or what if I thought was going to be the perennial champion. The Lakers are, going to fight for their lives against, Golden State. I mean, they'll make it. I think they'll get in the tournament somehow.
Yeah, LeBron's going to try right now.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that I don't really like this tournament thing, because all Steph has to do is catch fire, and it's lights out for the Lakers. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see
that would be great.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Well, not for you. You love the Lakers, don't you?
No, not anymore. I can't.
Not since Magic left.
What?
Here it is. Okay.
Adam
No,
is reading
since
his
Shaq left.
notes
Since
again.
Shaq
Oh, my
no,
1995 notes. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been at least 3 weeks since he stopped cheering for the Lakers. Come on.
I am the biggest LeBron hater out there.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't.
Yes.
I thought you were still on the Lakers tip. Okay.
The only reason why I have that one pair of LeBron sneakers is because they were $30. They were $30. That's it. It's the only pair I own.
Why don't you unbox those now so we can see them? Would you? You got them in that room right there? Let's see them.
Yes. I want to see.
Please, we want to see them. Find them.
They're right here.
Oh, they're right
there.
They're right.
He's wearing them tomorrow. Oh, nice.
I haven't even worn them yet. I've had them
wow.
a couple weeks, but they were on the clearance shelf for $30. That's the only reason why I bought them.
Nope.
First time joining the show. Is this scripted? I mean, am I missing something here? The fact that he just turns around and grabs the shoes
hang
and
on
he's
a
like,
second.
It did look
Worst
scripted.
purchase of my life. 1 minute, please.
yeah, right.
It was the last purchase. That's why they're at the top.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh,
You bought them just in time so you can wear them while you watch the Lakers play the playing game. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
What? Who are you?
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Uh,
Unbelievable.
What version of Marshall's clearance shelf are you meandering past? That you're like, oh, the LeBron 15s. I don't even know
I
what
gotta
year they
get
are.
those.
No, those I actually got up at Kittery at the Nike outlet, and they were on the clearance shelf on the Nike outlet.
Don't you
What would
just
they
walk
normally
past
run
those,
for?
though?
Oh, they're probably $180.
And
Okay.
you saved $150 to have a radio prop? Like, what is happening? I really want to dig deeper on this. We could spend 3 hours.
Yeah, definitely. What's your most expensive shoe?
I'm going to pick this scab. What is happening in your life that you bought LeBron sneakers for $30? And he's touched them like 7 times. There's something
'Cause-
Freudian going on right now. Go ahead.
I tried them on. They felt good.
Made him feel like he could play like LeBron.
Honest to God.
Do they have pump? Do they have the pump?
Yeah, the
Like, you
pump.
remember the pump?
No.
I'm
That'd be
sure he
awesome.
has a pair of D Browns though behind him
Yes.
somewhere.
Yep.
Scotty, look at the kaleidoscope of things behind him. It's don't you feel like, oh, he must be babysitting his nephew? That can't be his room. That's his room.
This
Yeah,
is
but
my
you've
office.
got short people though, dude.
Yes, I have a lot of short people.
But that's okay. What do you got? You got a treadmill?
Rubber
back
Shoes
there?
has
There's
one
nothing
short
wrong with that.
person,
Treadmill,
and
yeah, the
Tyler's
treadmill.
7'2".
Yeah, it's like
Looks
a
like you have a shop vac. You have a shop vac in there.
I love this.
shop vac. I don't see a
Yeah.
shop vac.
Isn't that right?
But there's
the orange thing on the floor there? What is that?
The orange thing over here
No, to the other side.
to the other side. Oh,
This is
no.
riveting podcast.
That's a castle.
It is.
Oh, okay. Oh, castle.
You know what? We're gonna go around the horn. Scotty, your last purchase. Because I'm proud of mine. Go ahead.
Yeah, yours is the mic you're talking into.
I don't really have a last my last purchase. The new deck that we just built. There you go. That's my last.
I
All
saw
right,
the-
there
the
it
wife-
is.
The wife posted that picture. That thing's monumental.
Yeah, it's a
That's
big
you-
deal.
almost
build
big
it or
enough
did you
to
pay
hold
somebody to
all
build
of Rubber Shoes. Horrible
These hands.
basketball
If they got
decision.
built that, there's no way. Look at
Oh,
these
okay. No,
hands.
you didn't build it.
They're
Baby
soft
baby
but firm. Soft
Not
but
a
firm.
not a day's work. Not a day's work.
These are what these hands do. That's about it.
Got it. Got it. Just
All
scream
us
into a
radio
microphone.
fools. You know what my toolbox has in it? A checkbook. I point and write checks. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Holy smokes. Oh
Yeah.
my God. All right. So I honestly, personally, and nobody cares, but here it comes. I honestly feel like they are done. And this is an easy one, but I feel like they're done. I feel like they've given up on Brad. Do you honestly see Brad coming back?
Yeah.
You do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think it's a question.
He's got too much guaranteed money.
Yeah. Well, it's that, and honestly, look, I'll tell you my opinion on who the issue is. It's Kemba. Look, this team,
Really?
you're going to build around. You want to build around Tatum and Brown, in my eyes,
Okay.
right? You need a guy that's going to be a pass first, non-ball dominant point guard. And between Kemba Walker and Marcus Smart, who I love, don't get me wrong, but the guy takes some of the worst, most boneheaded shots and some of the ridiculous decisions in the league. He'd drive. I mean, you see, there'll be times to take a shot, and some of the guys immediately they just it just kind of sucks the life out of it.
Yeah.
So between Kemba, who's very ball dominant, not a pass first point guard, and with Smart not being smart all the time, I think those are two of the biggest issues that they have there. I think Stevens comes back. I think they bring back Fournier or whatever. I like him. I like the kid. I liked the trade when they picked him up. I think he's a good player. He's a good scorer. The bench needed it. It's tough.
Who brought this guy that knows stuff about something?
I love all of this. Well, no,
I mean,
but
it's crazy.
you don't think there's any sense that if the Celtics absolutely just fold, out, they're
No.
out. There's not a win left in them. You think you don't think there's any possibility
No.
that Brad gets moved on from?
Only because of the fact that Danny's going to go back and sit there and say, my team didn't play, right? You look at his 5 that he expected to have.
That's an easy.
He could sit back and say,
Yeah.
they played the least amount of minutes in the NBA together, right?
Yeah.
They only played
Yeah.
130 minutes or 150 minutes together, if that. You've lost a ton of time with Time Lord. You know what I mean? I would wish, he would fully healthy, to have him out there. But
Yep.
I think there's a lot of excuses why Stevens would, that they have built in already, where
Yeah.
they're going to say, no, he's fine. He's going to come back. Because I honestly don't think I really don't think it's Stevens. I think it's the mix. I think honestly, Danny's to blame for a lot of this too.
Yeah.
To give Kemba that much money, and and here's the other thing too, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion too. I don't think you shouldn't let Gordon walk. I would have rather kept Gordon Hayward and tried to ship out Kemba before, the other way around. But that's
Do you want Brad? Never mind, Brad's coming back in your mind. Do you want Brad back?
Yeah. I honestly don't. I don't know if there's there's not many coaches out there that I would take over Stevens. That are at least that are available. I mean, there's a couple out there, but I mean, I would love some of the younger coaches in the league right now. Billy Donovan, love Billy Donovan. I love what he's doing. I know that he's got a lot of rebuilding to do there, but big fan of him. There's a few others that are out there that I could name, but I think I still think Stevens is the fit. But Rubber Shoes is right. I mean, the money they gave him.
Yeah.
Well, here's what Rubber Shoes wants. He wants LeBron to win the whole thing so he can sell the sneakers on eBay, right? And then he can come coach here.
LeBron's going to coach the Celtics?
Yeah, he's going to coach the Celtics.
Oh, I like that. All
Yeah,
right.
that's what Rubber Shoes wants.
Lace him up.
Yeah.
No
LeBron,
way.
will you
Bronny
sign
Jr.,
my
he's
baby?
gonna-
I'd love to sign your baby.
Let's sign Bronny Jr. and the Celtics will get him, and then there you go.
Oh, all right.
Bronny Jr.
I would like
the future of the Celtics.
I'd like them to get a different coach, but just because I think they need to hear from someone else, because Jaylen Brown and Tatum have listened to him since they've been rookies, and I think they're like, I know more than this guy, even though they don't.
So
I just got my voicemail just came in at my office. That was Kendrick Perkins. He wants the job. He's going to coach from the throne in the hotel.
From the throne. So
Well,
here's my take on the whole thing, right? Though, because I think what's happened is since Tatum and Brown have been here, they have overachieved, right? They've been 3 out of 4 Eastern Conference Finals. They're such young superstars, right? And you're putting a ton of pressure on their back. So I think Danny's tried to put pieces around them, but they just haven't been the right pieces. I mean, clearly Kyrie wasn't the right piece. Neither has Kemba been. And Gordon had all those issues. I mean, I liked Gordon Hayward. I was disappointed to see him leave too, but he had all those injury issues, which they never were able to sort of gel around him.
Yep.
So I just think it's like they're almost like a victim of their own success, because now everybody expects them to be in the Eastern Conference Finals every year. And, they have a down year where COVID is impacting them and Jaylen Brown is out, for a big period of time. Robert Williams is out for a big period of time. So, I don't know. I would see them giving Brad Stevens another chance, and I think he deserves it. I think, he probably gets another 2 or 3 years with this crew, with some additional smaller piece movement and see what they can do.
One thing too, though, is, talking about the voice, right? In the locker room, and these guys have only heard Brad's voice from a coaching perspective. One person, like I always talk about when it comes to like assembling a good coaching staff, is Doc Rivers, right? The guy's brought in like Monty Williams before. He has Sam Cassell on his bench. He has these guys that played in the league that are on the bench that are veterans that are, that have that leadership presence, that come out and say, hey, it doesn't always have to be Stevens. It has to be this other person comes out and talks. Doc obviously had Thibodeau that was, around for the longest time, screaming defense the entire time. But, it's some of the, I would say one of the failings, I think, of Stevens is he doesn't have a great, coaching staff around him.
Well, that's what they thought they were going to have Evan Turner for this year. Is that he would be, he's played with some of these guys.
Udonis Haslem type.
Yeah. But
maybe we get KG next year. Maybe KG is on the bench.
Can we talk about that? Obviously, I didn't see her entire speech. I do love that Michael walked her up. Did anybody watch the whole thing? Of course you did. What was
I watched all of them.
What was your favorite part? I know. What was your favorite part?
From Vanessa Bryant's speech?
No, from the whole thing.
I mean, I'm biased, right? So it's going to be KG.
Great speech where he talked about his mom. He's like, if you hate my attitude, you can thank her for it. That was great.
Yeah, that was the best part. I actually said to the TV, and I'm like, did she cuss as much as him?
Yeah, right. Anything is possible.
Yeah, I really loved the KG thing. One, it was short and sweet. It was right to the point. He didn't mess around. It was like 7 minutes or 8 minutes, something like that. Which was, it's per KG. I love the fact that he came out and he's like, we got some OGs here and I got to get you all to bed or something like that. So I thought, not going in order, obviously, but Timmy Duncan was great.
Yeah.
The fact he got choked up about
Pop.
Talking about Pop at the very end
was
awesome. And his kids and stuff like that too. And we got to talk about that hair. I mean,
yeah, he got up.
You're a 5-time champion, but geez,
that's what he's been doing.
What
He's invested in
doing?
Chia Pets. He just yeah, I don't know.
Sitting on the island, smoking the Chiba.
Yeah. He's definitely. We know what ails his aches and pains. Yeah,
I guess he's earned it, right? But Vanessa Bryant was, look, the fact that she had to talk about the loss of her husband,
right,
and obviously what she had to go through that, but then a child on top of that,
right.
And the fact that she sat up there and went through it was, I thought she was. I think there was times you could actually feel that she was just so prompter driven, like trying to just get through it without
get through. Yep.
Letting the emotion just completely take over.
Yep.
I thought she did an amazing job, and whoever did write that did an awesome job. I'm sure hopefully it was her, but it was really, really well done, and it was very classy, very, very good. They took, she was up there. It was like 20 or not 20 minutes, but 15 minutes or something. But it was good. It was really, really well done.
Yeah, I thought it was ironic that all took place on Saturday. And I was actually in Weston, Mass. I was at Westfield at Uncle Chad's house.
Yeah, guy.
Yeah, we had Vivian's first communion, and I just thought it was super ironic. So help me with this, because this is where I was trying to get through when they were talking about the honoree. So Paul is next year.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah. All right, because they're saying
this year.
Yeah, technically this year, but
right.
the celebration they just had Saturday was left over.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're having another one later this summer for this year's.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay. They're supposed to announce something, I think mid playoffs, you know, they like to throw random details or whatever, that when Paul and others will get inducted into it.
And Bill Russell too.
As coach.
Mike Gorman.
Yep.
Mike Gorman. Yep.
Oh, Tommy Heinz.
The big three. The big
Tommy
three.
Heinz. Tommy Heinz needs to go in like posthumously as a broadcaster.
They should go
home
to
your mother. She's the only one that loves you. I mean, he was. I
love Walter.
You think Marv will talk about the panties
on his last broadcast? He's done after this year. Albert's retired. Mm-hmm.
And outside of Timmy Duncan and his haircut and his affinity for the Chiba, Paul Pierce, we didn't really touch on that when it all sort of went down, like his whole thing. Look at Scotty, where he posted, like, what was the, I mean, I know what the fallout was. Obviously he's not
the party that he had.
Yeah. It was like, that was really, there was a lot going on there, and he's embraced it because now his social media is him at grow houses. Like, he jumped right into it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm him, and he's got to obviously maybe play with the verbiage or something, but I'd just open up a company called Celtic Green, like, figure it out.
Right. Well, got to work on the trademark, but yeah.
They don't own Celtic. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, they don't own that, Well, they don't own, do they own Celtic Green? I'm sure somebody in their legal offices probably.
I was going to say, I'm sure some sort of lawyer could argue the case if he actually came out with that, but that's a great name.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I'm going to go start it right now. Actually.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You guys
Rubber Shoes is going to play with his $30 sneakers. And Adam's going to go open a weed company. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just another Monday on the podcast.
Scotty, did you bet on the ponies by any chance? Did we talk about Rubber Shoes? I never made it to Twin Spires. I was hopefully going to bet on Get Her Number, Soup and Sandwich, even though he wasn't in the race. Because it's so amazing. What a great name. And who was the other one that I
Medina Spirit?
Midnight Bourbon.
Concert. I was going to go concert tour and Get Her Number, but nobody.
Concert tour, yeah.
Midnight Bourbon. That's right up my alley. I did not know. In the great state of Maine, there's no way to like bet on anything from a gambling perspective. Like, you could do it in New Hampshire. I know you could bet on like different things or whatever.
You can't even do the horses up there, because in Mass we can bet the horses on the Twin Spires app.
Okay.
But we can't do regular sports gambling on there.
I'm impressed that there's internet up in Maine.
Oh,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I forgot that you were in Maine, actually. So I'm really impressed. No breaking up of your video or anything.
You're thinking like Corey Smith, Machias, Maine. No, like Scotty's just over the board.
Just over the board. Yeah, I got it.
Just over the board.
Just enough to be taxed.
You're using New Hampshire internet, right? Is that what it is?
It's true.
He's running a line
the internet from
yeah.
Timmy's got one of those mesh networks set up so that you can get really high quality internet.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. The best dial-up New Hampshire has to offer. Metro Smash, now Atlantic Broadband. Sorry. Yeah, I'm on the good graces of the corporate Comcast network right now.
Yes, it's very steady.
Yeah, it's so great. Perfect. You know what? Crystal clear picture of Rubber Shoes sneakers right behind his left ear. Very excited. Very excited. All right. So Bruins, if we're parked the Celtics, I mean, I think by the time we meet again next week, they're not even a conversation anymore. So
we'll be talking draft picks.
What's that?
We'll be talking the lottery.
Yes.
I will be tuning into the Rubber Shoes wrap up and rant when the Celtics get bounced. So
can't wait.
Very excited about it.
Well, I'm expecting it, and so I'll just be talking about what to look for in the draft.
Yeah,
because I really don't. Without Brown, and Robert Williams is going to be, I think, questionable every game, whether or not he's going to be able to play or not.
Listen, don't underestimate the power of Taco Fall, right?
Oh my God! And Mike Breen called him Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Oh,
yeah, that was awesome.
I heard that. I was like, what is happening?
And Mike Breen just got inducted, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And he was loving it, though. He was laughing it up. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Hey, throw up a 3-pointer, Chalupa. I mean, how do you come back from that? That's amazing. Taco Bell.
Chalupa.
Hey, one last thing for the Celtics, though. You're going to see if all that time with Kobe when he was training with them for Jason Tatum, if it's going to pay off, because he's basically going to get the ball
the whole
Pretty
time.
much the entire
Yeah.
game. So like if
Yeah.
you do, especially if they make the big kid tournament, he's gonna
Right.
be he's gonna be getting the ball a lot.
Yeah, they're gonna lean heavy on him.
Yep.
All right. So now that we have we can park that for now. God help us. We're gonna talk about either the Red Sox or the Bruins. What are we going next?
Go Bruins, because
Bruins.
the black and gold is staring me in the face.
Oh my God, yeah. You got any
So-
Terry O'Reilly flip flops behind you want to share with us?
No.
I got them at Favor. They were half off. Tom McCann.
Dude, I was looking through the Bradley's bin and I found
Caldor.
Cowboys. Yeah.
Lynchmere.
Yeah,
Lynchmere.
they
Let's
have
keep
a
naming old
Bruin
stores.
section.
So
All
this
right,
is
so where do you stand
typical
on the goalie?
Bruins.
Where do you
This
stand on the
is
goalie? Do you think
one-
Duke is okay?
One game in, you lose in overtime, and now there's a goaltender controversy.
Yep, you're
Wait.
welcome.
Give
Yeah.
him a chance. Holy mackerel. It's one-
Well, they were. I mean, the broken stick. Charlie Mack was the first goal, broken stick, right? Like, so he didn't have all of his tools when he got deep.
Yeah.
Right.
The
Um,
first two goals, he really weren't his fault. But the third, of course,
He's the
it's-
goaltender. They're all his fault. Keep
It's
going
the
though.
game winner. It hits him on the chest, falls right in between his pads, and then he knocks it in himself. So I can see why people are a little pissed at him, but I mean, you got to give him a chance. It's one game,
Okay.
I think
so
overall,
after
you look at
they're
the
playing
first
tonight in like 2
the-
hours.
right. Look at the first two lines. How many points did they get? 0. So I think there's a little more to point to than the goaltender.
What's tonight's score? I've got a score that's been in my head since the last game ended. What's tonight's score?
I think it'll be 3-2 overtime Bruins.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going
Other
5-1.
overtime?
5-1 black and gold tonight.
Oh,
Really?
wow. That's a
Yep.
big number.
Yep, it is a big number. I think Pasta scores 7. I'm joking.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, the math
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
work.
That doesn't
Exactly.
count.
No, I think yeah, I'll say it. Pasta gets a hat trick tonight.
Wow.
Yep,
Look at
because
you.
they've been getting picked on because now everybody's picking on the first line,
Right.
right? Because everybody's
'Cause-
saying the first line's underperforming. So I think
Yeah.
I think Pasta gets the world tour tonight. I think that's my guess.
What do
5-1 Bruins.
What do we think on the series, Rubber Shoes? What do we think?
Oh, it's
I think the Bruins will win but it's going to be close. It'll probably go 7 games. It's been so tight. So the first 3 NHL playoff games all went into overtime. I don't know what happened the late games yesterday, but the first 3 games went into overtime, and it's very tight, contested playoff. That's why I love it better than the NBA, because NBA it's usually okay. The better team,
wins at home.
the higher seed wins usually. Last year was different, but I think that had a lot to do with the bubble
Yeah.
with Miami coming out. I mean, you had Miami and the Celtics in the conference.
Nothing's better than NHL playoff hockey.
Yeah,
I don't think
an 8
And
seed can win the Stanley Cup at any time.
I think the Bruins will benefit from it in the long run. The rumor is, and I think he was supposed to make the announcement today. Maybe I already missed it. I think Charlie Baker was supposed to announce today.
Yeah,
Massachusetts-
100%. May 29th.
Yeah. I
Oh,
heard.
really?
I heard on the.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard the 28th
Wow.
was going to be the day. So yes, Saturday the 29th, we're wide open in Massachusetts.
And the mayor of Boston agreed with the state, so it's gonna everything in Boston will be 100%.
I'll be at Fenway Park on the 30th.
Oh, all right.
Are you
perfect.
really?
Yeah, for Uncle Duke's Stevie's birthday is the 29th. But Uncle Chris, Mr. Chernick, is driving up from Virginia or
Uh-oh.
flying in. I don't know. He's doing something. He'll be up
He's
here.
walking. He left. He just
Yeah,
left
yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, he's
Knowing
walking.
Chris, he might.
Chernick is
So
walking,
we're
yeah.
getting we got Sox tickets. We're going down.
So you'll
Oh,
you'll
that's
be at the
amazing.
first full house? Is that the first?
So I
full
wonder
house?
what they'll
I think
do.
so because they'll be the first full house will be the 29th. I'm assuming that
Right.
Friday night
Right.
or that Saturday night or whatever.
Yeah. Oh wow. Good for you.
Yeah, so the Sox will probably release the end of May tickets the next couple days probably for those games.
Probably.
Oh,
There we go.
boy.
I
Good
mean-
seats, third baseline.
I like
Nice.
the Red Sox, but you couldn't catch me dead in Fenway Park. I got to tell you.
What?
Why?
What? Talk to me about this.
Yeah. Squirrel moment. We'll get back to the Bruins in a second. What?
Yeah.
With 100% seat capacity, I'm saying I don't want to go. I mean, I would go to Fenway Park, but 30%, 40%, whatever it is at now. I'm not.
You got the Johnson and Johnson. What are you worried about?
No, I don't know, man.
Hang on,
know.
I'm going to share something because I got to show this. I was just thinking,
no.
going to get Scotty to check in with us when he's at Fenway because this is what happens.
Wow, you had that fired up and ready to go.
This is me, Scotty Dukes, and Corey, and this is going back. I don't know what year this is. Stand by.
God,
2019.
Oh, that no. Corey posted. Corey posted that in 2019.
Oh, okay, all right.
Corey posted it in 2019, but yeah, look at my face because Scotty Dukes is about 38 deep.
Oh my!
The good news is he drove. No, I'm just kidding. No.
That had
Drink
to been
responsibly, kids.
That had to been like 2011, maybe.
That's 11.
Wow,
That's 11 or 12. Yeah, we were up in 339, not getting arrested. Yeah,
That guy.
those are $20 beers. It's an expensive weekend.
What's 20
in jail.
times 15?
Yeah. More than Rubber Shoes sneakers.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well, you know.
That's a beer and a half behind him. Yeah.
So Rubber Shoes. Let me ask you this from like I agree with you with the hockey playoffs, but this year it's so jacked up. I mean, the way that they have it with like they broke it into the divisions, right?
Yep.
And you got your top 4 seeds and stuff. To me, that's jacked up. Do you like it, or do you want to like keep it even when things get back to normal?
I would like most of it. I would instead of just having 4 divisions that you only play each other, maybe have the 2 divisions play each other and the other 2 play each other. I remember as a kid that you didn't play the other conference until the championship, and I really liked that.
Yep.
Who were you rooting for as a kid? I get confused.
Oh, we don't have
Blue
that kind of
Block
time. Go ahead.
Rouge. I'm still rooting for them.
Oh,
okay.
Their playoffs. So the North doesn't start until Saturday. Their playoffs because they had COVID issues up there.
Your house over the weekend must be like a Cher concert. There's so many wardrobe changes, right? Because if you think for a minute, you're like, there's no way he gets changed for every game. He absolutely
100%.
Absolutely.
And that's a photo gallery we need this weekend on Instagram.
Rubber Shoes in as many. Can you see Steph work it? Like shooting him coming down the stairs.
No,
Put on the LeBrons. Put on the LeBrons. Just do it. The Lakers are on.
The different things have precedence. So if there's a playoff game, one playoff game, that team has the precedence over the other outfits.
Oh my God, there's a formula.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole algorithm. Right into an algorithm. There's an equation.
Yes.
See, I got all summer to wear Red Sox stuff, so it's between Celtics and Bruins for the next, hopefully for the next month.
Oh, that's magic.
So all I'm picturing is like, just this is like when a movie starts and like it's panning into the bedroom. Steph's sound asleep, and all you see is Rubber Shoes, like the moonlight's coming in, and it's on Rubber Shoes' eyes, and he's laying in bed, and all you hear is like the music from oh God, what was that show with Scully and Mulder?
Oh,
the X-Files.
X-Files.
You hear the do-do-do-do, and the numbers just floating around like a beautiful mind, like he's trying to figure out what the formula is for the day. Like, all right, after breakfast, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. When I get back, I shower. I put on my Lakers uniform, right? Because it's Magic's, the anniversary of Magic's 60-pointer against the Portland Trail Blazers. Then I'll switch into my LeBrons, but I'll wear my banner shirt for the Celtics. They're gonna get knocked out. Then I switch to the Bruins. Yep. And then Saturday, of course, well, where are the Bruins going to be? Are the Bruins playing Saturday? Is that part of the schedule? Or is it Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Then they're off.
Yeah.
So you can go.
I think it's every other day. Yeah.
Fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
God.
They have precedence.
Oh, there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy of.
Do they though? Do they really?
Yeah.
Of jerseys. Okay.
Well, it depends when they play. If they stagger the play like they did this weekend for the Red Sox, Celtics, Bruins, you can wear and change outfits in between,
Bruins are Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank God. No wardrobe choice.
Yeah.
On Saturday. It's just straight up
Canadians. Habitants.
Oh, God,
wow.
help us. God.
Oh, yeah.
Impressive.
So, Tim, you think you were joking about that stuff, but that is like
that's kind of how it
keeps him up at night. I knew it would.
No, my morning. I'm like, okay, I'm at the gym and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna put that shirt on, those shorts.
Wow.
I got those sneakers to go with it, and that hat definitely. That
It just
Oh
sounds
yeah, there's no
exhausting.
cross training.
I can't-
He's wearing Bruins boxers right now, and nobody wants to see them. Nobody wants to
No,
see them.
no.
Yeah.
well, you should. So there's been times I've left the house and been like, you know what, I'm really not feeling this hat with this, and I run back in, and my wife's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, I'm not feeling the hat today. I got to change the hat
Oh
or
my
change the
God.
sneakers, and
Do you ever go hatless?
Nope.
No hat?
very rarely.
Very
Okay.
rarely.
Only if it's
Special
if I-
occasions?
Weddings
Yeah.
and funerals.
Yeah.
That's it.
pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's
Which-
impressive.
This begs the question, and I'm sure Steph has the appropriate paperwork. When you are laid to rest, what does that look like?
This is an important question.
It is.
I-
Yeah.
I'm
Pile
getting
of
cremated,
clothes.
so it doesn't matter.
I'm getting cremated. So there's no viewing of the body.
It's gonna be a multicolored
Nope.
urn.
Yeah.
I
I
So
mean,
all
I
the
won't be
colors.
there.
Well,
I'm
that-
going well before you. I can tell
Yeah.
you
which,
that. But
which
yeah,
jersey starts the fire for your cremation? I mean, it's gonna be a.
it's just-
It's gonna be a.
I'm sure she'll
Dude.
use the Canadians to do it.
Yeah.
It'll be against my wish, but she'll do it.
Now, does she get decked out in her favorite gear too, or is it just the rubber shoes thing?
Not as she. No, it's me.
Mostly you. All right. all
Although,
right.
God
But-
bless Steph.
I mean, my son has got into the matching wardrobe stuff and the matching sneakers. So I mean,
Yeah.
he has his collection of sneakers is more impressive than mine.
Tyler's also in a size 17, by the way. So there's that.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
He's about 2 feet taller than rubber shoes.
Yeah.
These, you know what? Those LeBrons are going to be like the dragon's egg in Game of Thrones. You know, when the big fire happens,
Yeah.
and Khaleesi walks out and the dragon's eggs don't burn. Everything is going to go to cinders except for the LeBrons. They're going to stay
LeBrons.
unscorched. Unscorched.
Do you have are the various sneakers in the will for certain people, or are they all just all as one? Like they
I
all
haven't
go to
thought,
somebody's
I haven't
estate
thought
sale.
that far.
An estate sale?
Yeah.
He's gonna hold it in front of the garden.
I'm sure my son will pick out the ones that are worth something.
I know you didn't think we were going to talk about your death this much on the podcast.
Scotty's like, Jesus, I got to go.
They
This
got
took a
dark,
turn.
man.
Yeah. Well, I hit 50. Is what else is there
What
to look
happens?
forward
Yeah,
to?
that's all you talk about.
Yeah, and he had a Winovich shirt to celebrate it. Honest to God, right?
Yeah,
The only
yes,
reason he
he
bought,
Vrabel.
he bought a wino shirt for that.
Yeah.
just for that birthday. Oh my God.
That's back in the file. All right, so give me everybody. I got 5-1 tonight. Give me scores. What do you get? You said 3-2 rubber shoes overtime.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, go ahead. What do you got,
I-
Adam?
Oh,
Go ahead.
I go 3-1 Bruins.
Okay,
4-1
Oh,
Bruins.
good guy.
Split-
Wow,
split the
3-1,
difference. All
4-1,
right.
and 5-1. Rubber shoes is the outlier.
I mean, I
'Cause
go
he's
with rubber shoes because
secretly
he's got the
rooting for the
jersey.
Habitant. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you guys are right.
Oh God.
Yeah, me too.
So
Yeah.
I hate overtime good games in NHL.
Well, Janina
Oh.
says I say this all the time, and it's true. Like anytime we start a 7-game series in any sport in the city, I'm like, this is going to go 9 games. It always
of course,
does.
It's always does.
Like it was
Absolutely.
such a relief last night. Like the Patriots just absolutely remarkably sucked, and I'm like, this is a pleasure. This is what it feels like to live anywhere else. You know, no pressure.
But you know what drove me nuts though about last season? I know we weren't going to talk about the Patriots, but the Super Bowl that the Bucks were in, it was a blowout basically.
Yep.
Brady's never played in a blowout. We never had a blowout. We were always down 1 or 2 with 5 minutes left to go. It's like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Back
He's
into
throwing
the
it
year.
He's throwing it underhand like he's Uncle Rico. I can hit
Yes.
those mountains with this football. You know,
That's
yeah.
right. Come on.
Although the Sox in the World Series World
true.
Series, it's been easy, but
It's
getting
been
there
easy. Yeah,
was
that's true.
Oh my God.
Speaking
All right,
of
so
the
we got our
Sox, why
final
haven't-
scores for the Bruins. Do you think that Tuca, based on tonight, gets onto a hot streak, or do you think they start to swap things around? Or does Tuca stay in until he needs to get swapped out to Swayman?
well.
And I hope he doesn't.
What I read something over the weekend that said that he's got a short leash.
Hmm.
So if they go down 2-0 in tonight's
out.
game,
He's
I
out,
think he
yeah.
could get pulled.
Just put the kid in from Maine. I mean, Maine is a good.
Yeah.
Is that Swayman? Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
Swayman, yeah.
Yeah, he
You-
is. That's right.
I
You
think the
with me?
ice is still frozen up in Maine, isn't it?
No. Well, actually, Fort Kent probably. It's a strong possibility up there. Yeah,
All
sure. Why
right,
not?
okay.
My God.
Yeah.
All right. Red Sox.
Yeah.
What-
I have a question about the Red Sox because I admitted last week that I haven't been following them as much as I should.
Did you start watching baseball?
A little bit.
Do
a
it.
little bit.
Do it.
Okay. All right.
It's a pleasure. Enjoy it while it lasts.
It's not that enjoyable without the fans, I have to say. I'm looking forward to a full set of fans.
And you won't go to Fenway.
I won't go
What
to
is
Fenway,
that?
but I will watch it on TV. I'm looking forward to it.
You're happy to
Anyways.
watch Uncle Duke's drink $50 beers at Fenway.
Yeah.
Rubbing
And I'm looking
elbows
forward
with
to the
salt of
Facebook
the earth.
posts. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm curious why we haven't played the Yankees yet. They don't play the Yankees until June.
Right.
That's insane.
I don't know what and then they're still playing them not like 17 times, and they're just gonna
Right.
jam it at the end of the season.
I guess it's for the postseason.
You're asking a
ratings.
question that's, you there's no logic to it, Adam.
Yeah,
Like, it's-
yeah, you're right.
The Major League Baseball scheduling is the worst scheduling in pro sports.
Awful.
They have people like, they have people coming to Boston in freaking April.
Right.
What? No,
Well,
we should be playing down south
yeah,
or
it's
in
ridiculous.
domes
Right.
until
right.
friggin' May. Come on. Really?
I have a problem with the NBA and the NHL. If you caught one
no,
of my
yeah,
rants this week, why
Postseason.
do you have the Celtics and Bruins playing on the same night so many times? In this shortened season, they played 16 times on the same night.
Wow, that's
The
crazy.
Bruins and the Celtics. It's like, why?
Look at that stat.
Yeah, that's nuts.
What don't you want both? Like, okay, yeah, you have the diehard Bruins fans, you have diehard Celtics fans, but if the hockey guys are gonna watch basketball if they're on, and they
Right.
don't have hockey to watch, and vice versa, so wouldn't you want the share from all those people instead of just having to split them every night?
I think that makes sense.
Well, and then the annoying thing, and this is stupid because it's just one more click, but I do hate that up until the playoffs started. So now that now that the Bruins are in the playoffs, they're on Nesson, and the Red Sox are on Nesson Plus.
Oh, it's so annoying.
But until then,
Oh, you know that. You know
because
why?
because the Red Sox own Nesson, or
Yeah.
or John Henry owns Nesson. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand all that.
Right.
Still stupid, and I love that Scotty brought up the whole schedule thing. I think along with universal DH, which I'd love to see, and I joked about 7 innings, which I'd also love to see, a pitch clock, which I'd love to see, and I think it was cool for 20 minutes, and it feels like right now, because I'm thinking it's been years and this is gonna be horrifying. When did we start interleague play? How many years has it been?
Mid
It's been a
90s.
long time. Yeah.
And do you agree that it's like I'm all set? I'm good. I'm actually good with it. I don't need
Yeah,
it anymore. I don't need the
yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers to come into Fenway. I'm good. I'm
Right.
good.
Right.
The Milwaukee Brewers, who used to be an American League team.
Yes, I know. Which makes it worse.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, like the Seahawks are in the NFC now. Yeah, we
why
get
does
it.
that? Well, why does that bother you? I don't understand. What's the difference? What difference does it make?
Because some of the culmination to what Rubber Shoes was talking about, some of the culmination of it all getting to the end is the really cool thing is that you don't get to see the Red Sox play the Dodgers unless they both get to the dance.
Yeah.
And now with interleague play, and all they're doing is making sure that TV market number 1 plays TV market number 2,
right.
and they can
right.
capitalize on it. I appreciate that, but I don't know. I just think there's no need for it.
But you don't
no need
like
for
something
it.
like the Subway Series? You don't like that? Like when
I
the
think it-
Yankees play the Mets?
I'm gonna live without it.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
I'll
right.
live without it. I mean,
All right.
I like I'm gonna screw up his last name. It's Lindor, right? Is it Lindor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Francisco Lindor, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even though it wasn't a rat, it was probably a raccoon. That's fine. We'll talk about that later. In the grand scheme of things, I love seeing that. But at the same time, I'll see that on Sports Center. I'll see the highlights of what he did. I'm not worried about the Mets coming to Fenway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
like it. I think it's cool.
Well, I think it's eating into what the schedule could be, and it's why the Yankees have pushed out until October.
Well, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
The whole
That's
entire month of October is going to be the Yankees,
true. Right.
and that's all by design because the Yankees are just going to start heating up.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the All-Star break, right? And we're going to start to melt. That's what my biggest concern is right now. And I think I forget what our record is right now. It's good.
Yeah.
We're way up right now. At the same time, I just think it's going to get to the All-Star break and the Yankees will start to catch. And then, oh my God, it's another 4. It's always a 4-game series.
Mm-hmm.
And those games, like that's a game I don't want to watch. I want to find out what the score is.
Oh, the
and
Yankees
I'll watch the Rubber
games?
Shoes
Yeah,
rant for that
absolutely.
because that's
absolutely.
15 hours.
I know.
Be enough
Yeah.
time to go through, sort through all of his shoes, right? Pick out all the ones you hate, which are all of them, and then walk back with Chernick back to my house and catch the end of the game. Horror show. horror show because
There's
there's no
time for a couple of wardrobe changes.
There's got to
in
be a
there.
pitch clock or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Did anyone catch the series this weekend? Catch it? Anaheim with
Yes.
Otani.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that bomb that he
Dude,
hit the ninth.
And then he hit one Friday night, and you figure this guy's a pitcher. So is this what it was like watching Babe Ruth back in the day?
It is
I mean, the
unbelievable.
guy's
Wait,
he's
we're
a
already
monster,
comparing him
too.
to Babe Ruth?
He's a monster. I'm telling you, if he was in this league as a real rookie, 21 years old,
Yep.
I bet he would put numbers up that are close to him as far as having pitching and hitting.
Oh yeah, he'll be the first $1 billion player. You watch,
Yeah,
You think so? Yeah.
$1 billion.
and the Red Sox will pay it.
because it's worth
He's
it.
coming to Boston. Come on.
He's coming to Boston. That would be amazing.
Would be.
Maybe he could fund Kowloon staying open. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yes. I would love that. Have we even discussed that? They're going to
Yeah.
close. Did you guys see
Yeah,
that?
we
I
got.
did see that
we have
they were
like
gonna
6
close.
years before they're gonna close. We got time.
What are you talking about? They're not closing for 6 years?
Yeah, they just put the paperwork into because they don't want to hand it over to their kids.
He's trying to call me an
So-
alarmist. It's Kowloon. It's alarming. Go
So
ahead.
I think they just put in to rezone the area so they can do something else. They can tear it down and put something else there.
Tear it down. How
Listen,
dare
we
you?
need to have start a at the buzzer petition to keep Kowloon open. I mean, really.
Nice.
far as
We
I'm-
got 4 signatures. I'm sure we'll be able to get Isaiah to sign. Yeah,
So I
there's
finally
5.
brought my wife there last year, and she won't eat anywhere else now. I'm like, of course.
Of
So
course
you
not.
finally
There
that's
it
the only
is.
place you'll eat, and now it's gonna go out of business.
There you go.
And
You're
there's-
gonna go
there's-
single-handedly keep them in business, Rubber Shoes.
There's
All right.
nothing
do it.
extraordinary about it, quite honestly, right?
It's
We
the
romanticize this
atmosphere.
place
It's
into
the atmosphere.
fine dining. It's a cat ass trophy. If you had a cat's ass on a plaque on the wall, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
No, but the food is, as far as Chinese food, it's always fresh. It's not greasy. It's the best Chinese food I've had.
I agree with you, but like I think if you brought somebody in, they'd be like, it's not exactly Michelin 5 stars, and I appreciate that. Your point though, Rubber Shoes. I love that we've made it to Kowloon.
Of course.
Yes.
Best. So
Flutie last week, Kowloon this week. I mean,
I-
it must be your show.
I was leaving the house. I was going to grab a box of Flutie Flakes, and they'll be here next week.
Okay, good.
Don't worry. We'll have a bowl on the air. So I think the turn at Kowloon is why the food's amazing, because they're making 8,000 gallons of
Yeah.
rice every minute, right?
Right.
You really pay attention. The cocktainis come out in 3 seconds because they're all pre-mixed for the most part, which is fine. I haven't had an issue with those. The wife drives, thank God, right?
You
Yeah.
haven't had an issue.
Love the guardrails on Route 1. They're very helpful, right? And yeah, but if you went in there and turned the lights on, you'd never eat there again.
Right.
Probably.
Like
Of
all the dim
course,
light.
of
Look
course.
at every when you go into that back room and go to the left over towards like where the
It's probably
takeout is.
disgusting.
Every one of those benches has 52 pieces of duct tape on it.
Yep.
Every one of them. Like if they ever spent any money on overhead, and they're clearly not, because now Harry Wong's like 6 more years. No need to do carpeting, right? Yeah, the amount of DNA in that rug. I mean, honest to God.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in there, but phenomenal. And yes, so Rubber Shoes, to his point, there's a huge parking lot there, which is always full, which is why they
Yes.
shouldn't close.
Right.
They're going to rezone that. I'm hoping in the next 6 years, and Rubber Shoes and I have talked about this offline. Like, I hope that one of the brothers or sons-in-laws or something figures out we can do this somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like if they want to
Yeah.
use that real estate and sell that and make a huge amount of money for the family, fine, but they need to do something else somewhere else. Because if you go across the street to the Hilltop, they left the Cactus and they've repurposed it, and there's a Starbucks and condos and a lot of mixed use. And I think that's what they envisioned for their footprint. I
Yeah.
just think,
Yep.
I hope in time somebody decides that wasn't a great idea and they just keep it. Cause it's like when you're coming home from anything in Boston, like my kids love going to Fenway, unlike Adam here.
I used to.
Because anytime we're coming back
there
from-
it is. All right. All
Anytime
right.
we're coming back from Fenway, the Garden, or BC, we know we're stopping. We know we're stopping at the Temple of Boom on the hill, right? Like you just pull up,
Yeah.
and it's. My wife's always horrified. She's like, "It's 3 a.m. and there's still cars there." Like past the ATM, which is
Yeah.
3/4 of the way back behind the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Of course.
And you always go in, it's like, and there's people playing Keno, and there's so much strange in there. It's unbelievable.
We should do a live ATB from there, I think.
Yes.
They would not love that, but we will.
We'll just do it from the parking lot. They won't even know.
Well, they got a screen set up in the parking lot now.
Oh, do they really?
Last year, they put that screen up. They were having concerts and doing movies, and they did the Patriots Sunday night game. It was a Sunday night game against Seattle. I believe it was a Sunday night game.
They had like a drive-in there.
Oh, yeah, I wish I had known about that. That'd be
you had to buy a ticket, and you got to park there, and they would bring food and cocktails out to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's incredible.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is incredible.
Drinking and driving at its finest.
You don't even need to get out of your car to have the grease.
That's the other. Janina's always amazed. She's like, when you come here with not me, the fact that you get out of here alive is amazing, right? Because like I'll go there and I'll meet, like, if Dugan's in town from San Diego, I'll meet Dugan there, or Isaiah and I will meet there. And if you've had a cocktail and you're trying to get onto Route 1, which is like the worst version of Mario Kart, like you have to go 0 to 85, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You're right in front of Dick Doherty's Comedy Hut. You're like, this is where I'm going to die? Really? Across from Hooters in front of Kowloon. Oh, it's so amazing. So amazing. All right. So when is, and this is where I have no idea, because I know that there's no Triple Crown now. There's no possibility of a Triple Crown.
Right.
So when does Belmont take place? This is much later, right?
June 5th, I believe.
Oh, that'll be here in like 3 minutes. All right.
It's 3 weeks after the Preakness.
So who's your favorite for that?
Oh, I don't even know who's running in it yet. It's like 18 horses didn't run in the Preakness from the Derby. So who knows who's going to be running in the Belmont.
You know what everybody wants to know? What do you wear for a horse race? Do you put on a hat and drink a meat julep? Like, what's happening?
No.
No,
It's only 2 minutes.
You don't get dressed.
He has horse boxers.
Yeah. What do you
Someday
wear?
I'll go and experience it at firsthand. I gotta get to one of the tracks one of these days.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
Wow.
no, it's
Wow.
well. So the thing is, I run a family pool for all the races,
Of course.
and
he does.
I'm running around trying to get everyone's pick half the time.
Can you see him him running
Wait,
up to
what?
his great aunt, like roughing her up for money? Like, Angie, you're down 80. Hurry up.
Well, the thing is, like half of the people have technology and can Venmo me stuff, and the other half I got to go actually collect.
I can't believe there's enough people in this pool that there's half of these people have technology.
Yeah,
How many people are you taking bets from?
It's like 15 people. It's not a lot,
Wow.
but it's
I
like
definitely don't have
yeah.
that many people in my family that would, bet on the horses. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Only 15 people, but he runs a pretty fat vig. That's how he can afford all that. $30 for LeBrons. Don't mind if I do. Thanks, Angie. She's writing
Well,
checks
you're
your
not to pick
buddy
that
can't
horse.
cash.
yeah.
Oh my
Angie
God.
is getting a lot of love today on the podcast.
I'm just guessing. I don't think that's
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
No, I'm sure I'm wrong. Anyway, so all right. So the Bruins play tonight. We've got our guesses in for that. The Celtics, when is that fiasco of a playoff game that
Tomorrow
I
night.
probably won't watch? That's
Tomorrow
tomorrow. Okay. Terrible.
I'll have my Celtics jersey on for it. What are you talking about?
Of course you will.
We'll
Who do you
expect
have?
it.
What
we'll
number
expect
are
it
you
for the
wearing?
Rubber Shoes rant? Yes, of course. Of course.
Well, I have Tatum and Walker. Who should I wear?
Ooh, you got to go Tatum. He's got to put up like 70 points for them to have a chance to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right,
honestly,
so I'll wear-
If they slow the pace down and they don't let Washington get out and run, they get a good chance.
I think
Washington's gonna score
Shemi
like
Ojale is going to
that means that the Celtics are going to have to play defense, which
that
I haven't
doesn't
seen
happen.
that in a while.
No.
Nope. So are we
No.
picking the score on that or no?
That's in a closet at the Garden with Brad's coaching instincts. They're not taking that out till next year. Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Terrible. It's terrible. I want him gone.
Timmy definitely wants him gone. For
I
sure.
absolutely
Oh
want
my
him
God.
gone.
You really
I'm
do.
all set.
Wow. I
He's
can't
like-
wait till he takes him to
He's like your
Banner
friend
18.
from summer camp that you trust. You're like, yeah, I'll bunk with him. He won't steal my shit. Like that's who Brad is.
Yeah.
Honestly, other than that, like I'm just done with this.
So the only quality he has is he's not going to steal your shit.
Yeah.
That's the only quality.
Yeah,
That's
and the
it.
problem is he's not going to steal anybody else's shit. The ball,
Yeah.
a game, a championship, nothing. He's not bringing anything home.
The girl that you're
Terrible.
trying to get all summer long, he's not going to
Oh,
get in
it's
the way of
terrible.
that.
No, he's awful.
Oh,
Awful.
shucks.
Awful.
Oh,
I can't
he is.
believe it.
No,
3
I'm
out
good.
of 4 Eastern Conference Finals with basically a piecemeal team for many of those times.
Okay.
I mean,
So
Terry Rozier led them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Are we forgetting?
Well, I'd rather have him than Kemba right now.
I'd rather have him as a
Yes,
coach right
I
now.
would too.
Quite honestly.
I would too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'd rather have who as a coach?
Terry Rozier.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anybody.
All right. All right.
Anybody but Brad. Make the shirts. We'll put
Bring
them
Bill
on,
Russell
we'll put them on
back.
the store right next
Anybody
to
but
for the
Brad.
banter. Anyone but Brad.
Hopefully they'll sell them at Kowloon.
Oh. Holy smokes. All right.
Wow.
So Scotty Dukes, if you're available for the Celtics funeral episode, we'll ask you to keep your dance
Sure.
card free. Maybe we'll see you back. Rubber Shoes will be bitching about the Bruins tomorrow. Hopefully in a good way. You'll be complaining that I
please.
was right. 5-1 pasta with a hat trick. No
All right.
dumbass, right?
Okay.
Here, making my prediction now.
I can see it.
And we'll be back, of course, next week. We appreciate you watching and listening. If you're enjoying the show, please share with a friend. You can go to atbshow.com and find all the video content and the other episodes. And of course, the link tree at the top of Instagram. When Rubber Shoes runs his face, if you scroll to the top of the page, you'll see our link tree with all the other things. All the social media you can find us at that you might not want us at. And we promise there'll be no connection to Brad Stevens at all. Thank God. Yeah. He's not our friend. He's persona non grata here. That
I
is
think
for sure.
3 out of the 4
I
of
would
us want him
befriend
to
him.
stay.
I would totally befriend him.
Absolutely. 3
No.
out of 4 of us want him to
Totally.
stay.
Scotty Duke said the only reason he's coming. Well, you didn't say the only reason. Scotty Duke said they owe him too much money.
So that's what Billy said.
Yeah.
Rubber Shoe said that. I think he's going to come back because he has built-in excuses, but I still think he's a good coach. I still think he's a good coach. I think he's the right fit for the team.
Boy,
But
can I have more?
yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of confidence in his coaching ability at this moment, but he also doesn't have a lot of options. So,
But we do.
Let's start a petition for Kendrick Perkins to take over the throne.
Burke.
Oh, coach from the throne. I would love it. I mean, we got to get
That'd
a
be
better
amazing.
camera angle. But other than that,
You know, like
honestly,
up the nose.
he has one phone call with JT and it changed everything for
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, but do you think that demeanor really works on the sideline? I'm pretty sure it only works over DMs or something. However,
I
they
would love to
communicated.
find out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kendrick Perkins throwing chairs around the court. I'd love it. Love it. See him get teed up a couple times. Love it. It'd be better than Brad. Holy Lord. I feel like he's knocking
Maybe
on
they
my
could
door
bring
selling Girl
Sheed
Scout
back.
cookies. What's that?
Bring
Bring
Sheed.
Sheed?
Oh, jeez.
Rasheed Wallace.
I
Oh,
do
that's-
not want him to come back.
Oh no, not as a no. I could not see him as a coach.
Well, who's your dream coach? Before we go, who's your dream coach?
Mine?
Yep.
He's coaching the Sixers.
Yeah. Well, I was always a Doc fan. I was a huge
Yeah,
Doc
I
fan.
love Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always a big Doc fan. That's a tough one. I don't really have one that I would specifically identify right now.
Okay.
There's a bunch out there. I mean, honestly, Billy Donovan. I'm a huge Billy Donovan fan,
Okay.
but that's only because of what he's done with so little that he's had. But
Bring back Phil Jackson.
no,
No, Patino.
Speaking of weed,
Patino! Oh, God, no.
uh,
Oh,
Mikhail's not
he could
walking
bring the
through that
waitress with him.
door. Unfortunately, Brad Stevens is walking,
is
through,
walking
that
through
door.
that door.
And with that bucket of angry, we'll leave you. Please join us online. If you see Rubber Shoes, go to Linktree. You can find all of our social media. Share with your friends. We'd love for you to share with your friends. And when you go to the YouTube page at atbshow.com, please hit subscribe. We'd love it. Subscribe and comment, even if it's mad at me because I'm rambling about Kowloon or Rubber Shoes and it's $30 LeBrons.
Oh, God.
Holy Lord. There's a story you don't tell your friends about. That's like, remember that girl on spring break? No, I don't. I don't want to talk
Rubber
about
Shoes.
it.
He
Yeah.
brings it on a show.
He loves it. He loves it. Rubber Shoes Soul of the Week. We'll have another presentation next week.
Yes!
Oh
Dig
my
out the
God.
Crocs. Dig
Yeah,
out the Crocs.
if we wouldn't get fined for the Eric B. and Rakim music, I'd play, You Got Soul, but we can't.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get fined for just saying that. I don't
Yeah,
even know what's
probably.
happening. Yeah. All right, boys. Thank you so much. We'll see you all next week. Have a great week.
All right.
Yeah.
See ya.